All right. I hope this is live, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with gold. Are we live?
Huh?
What?
Let me check.
Oh my lord! I hope this didn't fail again.
Yes, we are live. But
Okay.
I have come to request the same thing that we did last time because we have one too many peoples.
Okay. So AY
Oh,
needs to
okay.
watch on the stream and
How's
commentate from that way. All you got to do is watch the stream on YouTube,
okay? Well,
and
I
then
know how to do it. I don't
okay.
like doing that, but okay. Also, hello
I know.
everyone. That the spoiler got ruined, but whatever.
Hi, AY. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
We have one watching. It's AY. All right.
Actually, not me. I haven't gotten in yet.
All right. Oh, you have it? Okay. Well, ladies and
I'm trying
gentlemen,
to get up right now.
we're back. We're live. This is Gold Series, Week 4. I am your host once again, Mubsgag, but this time I am joined with an old friend, AYDY. What's up, 81?
Hello everyone. There we go. Proper introduction. Been a while.
Yes. Yes, it has. Been a long time. It's been you know what? The last time we did this was the Gremlin season.
Yeah,
Believe it
yeah,
or
you're
not.
right.
It was. Yes, it was. Remember, we started at was the desert trek. That was, I think, our first one, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we're back. All right, yay! But anyway, man, I don't know what to tell you. Them races, them bronze races, them silver races. OMGAY, you were running people around on that track, man.
Hey, we could put it a little better than that. I was racing hard. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, yeah, you were. I think, you know what? It was a great show. You did great, man. You held the fast lap for a long time, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out that time.
Yeah, putting in a little work at Vale Falls. Vale Falls is definitely a track you need to have some practice on with how
Yeah.
tight and twisty it is. Going completely dark usually isn't going to work there.
No. Well, AY, do you got some points for us in gold?
Well, I did until I had to put the stream on. 1 second.
It's okay.
I do. Yeah, you do the points run. You do the points
Okay.
run.
Let me. I will do the points. Here we are. Gold Series. All right. Well, surprise, surprise. Our number one points leader is Wired with 78. W in second with 76. Little Zombie in third with 74. What a tight race between those three. D. Westberg in fourth with 67. Unknown and Fast rounding out your top five with 58. A little bit of a drop off right there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'd say pretty close. Pretty good race.
I would say so too. As we get started in the qualifying, 10 laps here at Hilltop. Vale Falls is going to be the second track. Hilltop, I would argue, unlike Vale Falls, you don't need too much practice. Practice helps, but the ovals here are a lot more about rhythm, as you could see in bronze and silver, with all of the fastest times in qualifying being within like half a second of each other. So you're splitting hairs here. As well, I was going to say W, now Wire jumps up top.
Yeah, it's you're just turning left. You just gotta turn. If you turn left at the right time, you get really fast, good times. If not, it's. And I don't know. I was saying during the silver race, I don't particularly like this car on ovals. For me, when you turn, it'll turn, but then it bogs out and floats up, and it becomes hard to steer at one point in the corner. I hate this car on this oval.
It's something that you just have to get in the groove, like I said. I mean, that's really with any car, though with the Gremlin especially, it's all about momentum and keeping that momentum.
Well, we got a new racer here. D's Curds has fired up the old PS5 and joined Gold. This is the first time D's Curds racing PRA in quite some time.
I think it's completely fair to see him here in Gold, as especially around ovals, his specialty is a complete menace.
Yeah.
We'll see how he fares at Vale Falls. Very not an oval. But here, he's in his comfort area. Right now,
Yeah.
he's in 5th place.
Yeah, he's no slouch. No slouch. But we've all gotten a lot faster since, he's left.
Take a look at Petrie jumping up to the top 3.
The old Petrie, man. This guy's just, I know, one of the nicest guys you'll meet, and he's also one of the fastest guys you'll meet.
Have to agree there, as honestly, the qualifying order looks a little shaked up compared to what you would expect. I mean, your oval aces are towards the top, but
Yeah.
I think this first race is going to present an interesting scenario for points after race 1.
Well, if W don't get on his horse here, he's right now with a 20.472, which is 300ths slower than Wired. He's gonna lose some points, which we saw Racer Jick lose some points at this track. She lost her lead on this track, in fact. So W's got some work to do here. Serious work now. Wired number 1, DUS2, unknown and fast, jumps up to 3rd. Petrie down to 4th, and W rounding out your top 5. So the times, look at the times. AY, very, very, very close.
Like I said about the bronze and silver series, you see here in gold, the difference is 0.2 of a second. That's it, and that's really even an outlier there, as most of the drivers are within 0.1 of a second of each other.
Yeah, we actually had a tie. Cybergamer and Black Sierra tying with a 20.480. Explain what happens when there's a tie, because you had one in silver, and we were trying to figure out how that got resolved.
Oh, that was a while back.
No, it was actually Bad Matt and somebody else died, yeah, with the same time.
Oh, same time.
Yeah.
I think it's just whatever the game gives you.
Oh, okay.
How that's determined is since the game. I'm not sure if the game goes beyond thousandths, like on the back end.
Right.
But whatever happens, basically, just whatever the game puts you in. Sometimes we'll say in the lobby, since in the lobby it'll show differently for different people. It's weird. So wherever the game puts you when we actually load in to start the race, that's where you'll start.
Ah, somebody gets lucky and gets put on the inside.
Well, we'll see at Vale Falls. I'm not sure if that's lucky or not later on.
Well,
if that happens, but here it definitely is an advantage.
All right, who do you got to win this?
Ooh, who do I got to win this? That is a good question. I mean, I gotta make a shout out to my boy D's Kurtz. I don't think I'm not gonna put the commentator's curse on him to say he'll win, but he's definitely someone to watch. Who I've got to win? I'm gonna go D West.
Good selection. Actually, you took my selection.
There you go.
You took my selection. Now I have to pick someone else. I'm going to go unknown and fast.
There you go with Unknown and Fast. As you're about to get us to green, I did hear something from Unknown and Fast. We'll get to that news point after the start as we get lined up.
Ooh. These guys are doing a better job of staying off the wall than Silver did. The Silver guys are hitting the wall quite frequently.
We don't need to talk about that.
I did not say name.
I actually stayed off the wall. I stayed off the wall most part.
You did. I didn't say names. I just... Oh, the guy I picked's already down to 6. Ah, go faster.
Well, speaking of Unknown and Fast, I heard something from him down the grapevine. He had said that he hasn't gotten to run any practice this week on either of these tracks, so he's coming in kind of fresh. Though we all know Unknown and Fast is naturally fast in this game, so I don't think it'll be too much of a disadvantage. Some of these guys, some people need a lot of practice, and obviously no matter who you are, the more practice you get helps. But some people kind of have that natural kind of floor to their times.
Yeah, I agree with that. There are people who actually got to put it down and do the work, and there are people who just say, "Ha, thank you. It comes naturally." Like W, I'm on W right now, just watching his line. I'm picturing myself when I ran the race, and I couldn't. He's probably a good 3 or 4 miles per hour faster than I am, if not more, through these corners.
I mean, a shout out here to the silver race winner here at Hilltop, the Cyber Gamer, in 8th place. I was in 2nd, trailing behind this man in the later stages of the race. You would see the line he takes. He slides up, and we all know how grabby these walls are. So as the car slides up, you're thinking, oh, is it going to take him or grab him or at least slow him down? But he never gets all the way to the top, even if the pedal's down. It's insane.
That's good throttle control. I'm watching him. Yeah, he's throttle control around that corner. You can see it. Yeah, you see him bumping it.
I'd say Cyber Gamer's another person to watch out for if something shakes up up front. This track can be very follow the leader-esque until the end, but if something does shake up, anyone could really strike an opportunity here.
Pardon me if I leave the times up a little too long. I know AY may be on a slight delay. He's watching from the stream. But Unknown to Fast now has the fast lap.
I've been trying to figure out how the delay is. Let me know when they hit lap 11.
Lap 11? All right.
Yeah.
So they've already hit a lap 11, I guess. Let me hook on somebody, AY. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all good. One track
I'm
up.
going to hook on D West up here at the front, so that way we can get an accurate. And I'll tell you when they go to 12.
Yeah.
12, right there. They just went to 12.
Okay, I'm about a corner behind.
Oh, okay.
It's not that bad then.
Unknown to Fast, moving up to 5th. He still has the fast lap. 4:31. Your guy, D Westberg, that you picked, is in 2nd. Running 100ths, 100ths of a second slower than Wired, but hanging in there, just following.
I will make a point of how close the times were in qualifying. There were a lot of 20.4s, whereas you see in the silver and bronze series, you'd see maybe two drivers hit the 0.4 mark, everyone in the high 0.5s. But that shows the speed difference. Even if it's slight in the numbers, it matters a lot on a track like Hilltop.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. People say 100 isn't a lot of time. It's not, but in race time, it's like an eternity. It looks like D. Westberg's not really gaining any ground.
That's kind of the point I made with Hilltop, is a lot of the times it comes down to following the leader.
Yep. And
following the person in front of you's line and trying to wait for them to make a mistake. Since if you go for a different line like Westberg is now, there's a chance you could lose time on it, and the time you would gain is rather minuscule. Now, obviously, just like we said, that does add up throughout the race, but if you're not able to get it right even just once or twice, it might ruin your race. So really, you're just following the other person's line, waiting for them to mess up.
Ooh, look at Petrie. I think Petrie's running faster. Oh, we got a battle back here. We got a nice battle here between Captain Napakan, Treeless Fast, a new racer this year, very, very fast, and Cyber Gamer.
So you finally get to see a battle shake up here, midway through the race, midway through the pack. Cyber Gamer looks to have the advantage right now, but that inside positioning is good.
Yeah, how did Captain hit the wall and keep his speed and momentum through there?
Lucky Grays.
Treeless Bass, the faster of the three when it comes to lap times. That is. I really wish this game showed the split times, like when you're racing AY, it shows so-and-so's behind you by like 5 seconds, or
Right.
whatever. I wish it would show it when you're watching or spectating, but it don't. You just have
That
to,
would be pretty nice.
that would be nice. All I have to go by are the split times, to tell who's going faster and who's going slower.
You see the line Treeless Bass had out of turn 3 and 4. It's that
Yep.
line that it's just so close to the wall, but if you get it just right, it gives you such a good run on the main straight. Same for turns 1 and 2. But if you slide out just a little too much, you're going to clip the wall.
Yeah, I tried to stay right above that black line in the middle of the track, and it's tough. It was tough for me to do that. Oh, we got a guy that's off the pace. That's J. Ray Sunshine.
Got turned into the wall by someone. I don't know if they're going to count that as a tally, as he didn't truly spin, but he did lose a lot of time from that. So, caution cutoff is lap 26.
Look at these curds sliding in there like Mr. Clean.
I guess that works. I think Tree actually did catch the wall out of turn 2.
I'm going to switch around here. These guys have single filed themselves out. This W's trying to run down Petrie here.
He's right on his tail as we have hit caution cutoff. So no more cautions. With 4 to go now.
Wow, 3/1000ths of a second separate W, and W nosing up in there. I've always thought it's better to follow. It's harder to lead. Let's see if W can capitalize. Lap 30, last lap. Wired has led this the entire way. As you can see, Wired up front. Good race. Wired number 1, DUS number 2, Petrie number 3, W number 4, and Unknown and Fast rounding out your top 5. All right, good race. So Wired is going to extend his points lead over second place W by just a few points here. Let's see if W can make that up at Vale Falls, the main attraction tonight.
Your top 5 of this race is quite the expected bunch, but another shout out, I'll say Cyber Gamer in 7th. Halfway through the pack, coming up from silver to make that happen.
What's up, Mr. Wired?
What's up?
What's up,
Feeling
man? Good race.
Feeling good, man. Oh.
From start to finish. Another start to finish tonight. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's tough to pass people on that track, especially when you're up here in the Gold Series and everyone's pretty much running the same time every single lap.
Well, you've extended your points lead. You've got a little bit of a cushion on W right now. let's see. Do you have any strategy or anything going into the next race?
Well, strategy number one is qualify top 2.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the goal, because as long as I'm right by W, anything can happen.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But no, we're both extremely fast on the other track. We both hit 32.2s. We're the only people in this lobby that I know of that has hit that. So
I would agree. I hope you don't wreck on the next track. we hope to see you back in the winner's circle, Wired.
I hope so too. That would be fantastic. My goal is to make sure W does not get a championship this season.
You go back in there and tell him I know he's faster than that. That'll light a fire under his butt.
I'm not going to do that.
All right, bud.
All right.
Good luck.
Take
Thank
care
you,
and good
thank
luck,
you.
Wire.
Thank you, sir.
Wired, the winner of the first race at the Oval. All right, the next track, the main attraction, AYDY.
It is Vale Falls main circuit, 30 laps.
What do you expect to see here?
If I got $1 for every caution I'd expect to see in the second race, I might have a few dollars.
Well, I think that if you can qualify well here, you're going to do well. You don't ever want to come from behind at this track. This is one of those tracks where passing is not kind here. Passing's not kind. A lot of I'm sorries. You know.
Sometimes the I'm sorries, I mean, they're just implied.
Hey, there's a few corners. Corner, I believe number 2 it is, and then the very last corner are very good corners to get a good undercut on your opponent and take a good pass there.
I'd say there's quite a few dive bomb points to watch out on this track, especially. I'd say turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, and turn 6.
Dude, what the frick? It's the whole track.
Yeah, pretty much. Vale Falls is dive bomb central for a track that is maybe a car length wide, 2 if you really push it. Speaking of 2 wide, we'll say in the Silver Series, we had to go single file, it got that bad. And especially, you'll notice, if you watch the Silver race, I got the short end of this stick. I was surprised hearing Inferno, who actually got the pole at Vale Falls for Silver. He chose the right side, which would be inside for turn 1, but really it's the outside for turn 2.
Uh-huh.
You would think that wouldn't work. You would think, why would he do that? He'd get pushed to the outside. But turns out I was the one being pushed to the outside, and a few other people on the left-hand side, which you would think is the inside for the real turn 1, but it just played out in his favor. He ended up getting the short end of the stick later on in the race, I believe finishing 5th or 6th, but with a strong showing. But that start really played out for him.
Yeah, he once he hit the wall, that was, that was kind of it. Getting caught back up, he was extremely fast. Don't get me wrong, but getting caught back up this track is a feat in and of itself. If you drop down 2 or 3 spots, even getting one back is going to be problematic.
Indeed, as, like I said, you see they're technically 3 wide on this start straight, but that's the only place you can even fit 3 cars.
Right.
As you'll see as they get started with the qualifying, 5 laps of qualifying here at Vale Falls.
I'm going to hook on to our good friend, the Capitan Napican, see what he can do here. Captain who has not found his way into winner's circles this season. Hopefully he can pull one out here.
The key thing about Vale Falls is momentum. Like I said with Hilltop, but to the millionth degree with this car, it's all about keeping the speed through every corner as best as you can. Just because you feel like you're going through a corner fast, but you didn't set up for the next corner, you're not going to have a good time. That's where you get your standard. I mean, most drivers will call like a mid 33, high 33 a really good time. That's where someone like W or Wired can separate themselves by carrying a lot more speed through corners that most of the other guys just can't do.
That's a great explanation from a very good driver, ladies and gents. So we have right now, am I seeing this right? Treeless Bass? No. D. Westberg, W has the fast time.
Yeah, it is in order, though.
Hey.
The yellow times it's a little confusing.
Yep.
But I'll say Treeless Bass still in 5th. That's still definitely impressive. And 5th is not a bad place to start, honestly. Honestly, probably the worst place you would want to start. Wired talked about his strategy, start in the top 2, but I don't know if that's the best. I know his logic, wanting to keep W from going anywhere. Always keep a fender on W because he'll run away if you don't. But at this track, with how tight everyone's going to be on the start, I'm really not sure that's the best place to start. In fact, similar to some other tracks where you'd be second on the outside, it might be the worst place you can start, especially if W takes the right side to start, assuming he gets the pole.
I'm gonna agree with that, and I think I just got a message. Pardon me. I think you're right on that one. It seems like on these tight tracks, you start up front, and you just end up getting pushed around so much that you float back 3 or 4 spots, and then you're stuck trying to catch back up. So I think my good spot here be 3rd or 4th, maybe 5th in that area. D. Westberg quit early. I wonder why he.
Maybe just had either. I'm not sure, but he's still up there in 2nd, holding 2nd. So.
I mean, he did that on lap 2, and he said, "I'm done."
32.5.
32.502.
Is
Yeah.
a great time.
All right, so
we see people getting their final times in.
I got W number 1, D. Westberg 2, Captain Napkins in 3rd. Yes, sir. Wired in 4th, and Cyber Gamer rounding out your top 5. Look at Soul Pun 81 in 8th. Yes, let's see it.
There's a lot of magic in the air tonight with this race. I honestly think if W is kept in check, I literally think anybody can win this race at the very end.
You bet.
Now, if W gets away at all, well, I don't know. If he gets away at the start, I don't think it'll matter, since I will guarantee you 1, maybe 2 cautions. I'd put $20 on it. Don't hold me to that, but I would do it if you asked. But
I like that.
In the later stages of the race, it's especially the last restart, you'll notice, again, I'm just going off of the silver races with my experience, it's that last restart that, well, you would think is the last restart that gets everyone all riled up, and next thing you know, you get 2 full restarts in a row. But you might see that happen here, but then again, at the one end, these guys are really good with car control. But on the other end, these guys are so fast, there's not enough space on this track, they might take themselves out together with it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I picked the winner the last race. I'm gonna go Captain Napkins on this one. Look, man, he got 3rd, and look at his time. He's got a 6:03. All right, D. West has got a 5:02 and a 4:62 in front. He ran faster than the points leader. And look, I just really, really want to see Captain win a race. He's like my favorite gold driver.
Taking a little breakdown of this starting lineup, obviously you got W. Point 2 speak for itself. Lil Zombie is the only other person I believe that hit a point 2 and Wired as well. But Lil Zombie isn't racing tonight, right?
No.
Then you have Wired, who could match that time, but he'd have to get through the traffic first. Which, something else I'll point out is you would see in the other races as well. Your qualifying times at this track are very different than the race times.
Oh yeah.
Just because these guys are hitting .2s.
Yeah.
I mean, you see here in the qualifying, the best time W put down in 5 laps, is .4, 32.4. But in race, really, I'd expect to see maybe .6s If W gets clear, I could see him put down a .4 on his own. But if he's stuck in traffic, I wouldn't see better than a .6, .7 from our fastest time here. But
You know what?
time for my pick of the race.
Yes. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Let's see. I'm actually gonna double down. Dip the chip, you know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
think D Westbrook.
All right. Hey,
he's
why
destined
not?
for one tonight. He's starting in second place. Let's see, W and D Westberg is starting in a great spot. W
Yeah.
took the left side, so that's going to be very interesting to see if that backfires on W. Since like we saw in the last race, Inferno took a gamble and took the right side, which would technically be considered the outside. Well, technically the inside, since turn one's a right-hander, but really it's the outside. But the gamble paid off. Let's see if it does for W.
All right, we're gonna go green on the straightaway here. Green they are. Let's see what happens on the first corner. Very clean so far. And it looks like it paid off. And King Saturn's off the pace.
Everything happens here so fast, you have to get the play-by-play.
We got Cyber's off. Cyber got pushed off a little bit there, so he's falling back a few spots. Soulpun's just sticking right where he's at 8th. Let's get up a little bit to the front. Let's see where we got J-Ray Sunshine in 5th. And D Westberg got pushed back 81. He must have got the short end of the stick on that start.
Yeah, it happened the opposite way around last time, as you see. Now J-Ray is making his push up. Not a great showing at Hilltop for J-Ray, but he's always fast in his own right, trying to push his way up the field to make up for last race. But you'll see at the front as well, what you didn't want to happen happened. W got some ground, and though Captain Napkins is trying to hold his own up there, he's trailing. And the thing with W is if you're able to follow his line, typically that's going to make you faster if you're able to follow him properly.
So 32.4 right off the bat, lap 5. No holds barred here. He says, I'm going after it.
Forget everything I said about the start. Well, technically I'd say I'm right. He got his space, he's getting his laps.
Yep.
But now he's treating it like hot laps, but he'll probably be brought back in by something in the back. As much as if you're W, how much are you focusing on the track in front of you versus what's happening at the back of the pack, hoping nothing goes wrong? Obviously, there's things you can't control, but it's still going to be on your mind.
If I was wired, I would be focused, number one, straight in front of me the entire time. Right now, with W in the lead, you need to get that second position from Captain. Whether it be via caution or, like you said, lap traffic slowing down W, and then they both catch up. But he needs to gain a position, and I think he needs to focus directly in front of him. What's going to happen behind him is going to happen behind him. He's waiting for the magic words, caution. So that's what he's waiting for.
If you're wired Captain, I don't know how much you'd want to fight for position. Either you're accepting your losses, trying to fight for second, playing for a caution. Well, wait a minute, Captain Napkins might try to make it himself. I'm a little behind, but I saw that rock out of turn 2. Yep. That is a dangerous place to be.
Yep. And I'll let you call the next one. You should see it there. Captain ended up losing that position to Wired on the very next corner.
Oh yeah, the switchback at the rock corner, as I like to call it. That was a beautiful move by both men, even if one lost position. It's always a tandem play when you're going for an overcut or undercut, because usually if you're letting them get the undercut, usually it's on purpose. You're trying to make something happen in the next corner.
And you're right, 32.357 by W right now, and that is an entire 3/10 faster nearly than Wired's best time. So, see ya.
Wired, like you said, they had to correct himself, trying to gain his groove a little bit himself now that he has gotten past captain. But is it too little, too late? Or like I said, anything can happen in the back that'll bring out the yellow flag. I wouldn't worry as much about lap traffic as getting the whole pack back together. And all of a sudden, you see someone like Black Sierra, who's moved up to 4th, point that out. Trios Bass in 6th, D West. If you're one of those guys,
Yep.
the caution gets called, and all of a sudden, from hearing about W and Wired halfway up the track, you see them right in front of you, 2 car lengths ahead of you. Those guys are going to start to get hungry.
Yep, changes the dynamic 100%. That's and Sierra slings her sideways and loses the spot to D. Westberg. What happened there?
That's what I talked about at the very start of the race before we started about momentum. That corner is one of the key places for momentum there. If you give up a little too much momentum, someone carries through, that's probably the easiest overtaking spot on the track that isn't a dive bomb.
Yep. And as you saw, yeah, let's see if he can correct that mistake this lap, because, man, did he send her sight much better that time. Much better. I have a problem there, and I think it's because I let off the gas for too long. It shouldn't be but a split second, and I let off of it for a while. Let's see our silver winner, King Saturn, hanging out 14th spot, battling with D's Kurds.
If Saturn's happy just to be winning some races in silver.
Hey, man. That's 2 in a row. He won one last week in the same fashion, where the leaders ended up spinning out, and he just went right on by for the win. And that's what happened again this week when Inferno spun out, and he just drove right on by and never relinquished. Yeah, looking in the rear view on W, there ain't nobody there. No one.
This man's literally in a world of his own.
Oh, yeah.
I think W's trying to make up that lost ground in the points game, though. For W, he'll need something to happen to Wired. Both of these guys, Wired and W, I'm sure they're focusing on their own race, but also really for either of them to benefit from this race, both of them are waiting for some outside intervention.
I think Wired has a 32.5, 34. Wired needs to run that 32.2 and take the fast lap and gain 1 point from this race. 1 extra point, and that takes at least 1 point away from W. That would be something in the back of my mind if I'm W. I'm sorry, if I'm Wired. I apologize. Sitting in second place right now.
Well, the issue with that is Wired doesn't have the ground that W has. He doesn't have the room for error if he tries to push it.
You're right. But it's an extra point, and you know you're going to lose. Well, he's in second. He's going to lose some points here anyway. I mean,
it's 2 points from
this, it's 2 points that he's going to lose.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, going into last week, that's basically nothing. It's important, but could be a lot worse.
It could be. Oh, Treeless Bass just hits the Black Sierra, trying to coming around that corner a little wrong. Let's look at some times. At 3:57, still the fast time. W, Wired, Napkins, D West, and Black Sierra running out your top 5. Not much change here. Not much change. It's Wired's overtaking Captain for second, and that's the way it stays.
I'm a little surprised by this, honestly, how much space there is between everyone. In the Gold Series, I would have thought, if anything, there would have been a lot more fast consistency here, keeping a lot of people close, but in reality, it's only keeping people spread more apart.
If you'll remember, the last time we ran this race with the Gremlins in the Gold Series, it was Frylock and Little Zombie who battled out in a very close race where everyone was very close together the entire race, if I remember correctly. The last time we did
right.
this. Good old Frylock. I miss racing with that, man.
Yeah, the legend of the game. As you see, Trueless Bass, J. Ray, and Zach Black Sierra still fighting over this top 5 position. Shout out to J. Ray again after last race. I know with J. Ray, sometimes, he's a lot one of the nicer guys around, but sometimes for guys like that where you're kind of content in the back, but at some point there's kind of a breaking point where you just kind of lose it.
Yep.
In the sense of losing your flow, losing confidence, but J. Ray's so far this race showing the complete opposite. I'd say he's showing a lot more confidence on the track here at Vale Falls compared to his WPL compatriot, Unknown and Fast, who, like we talked about at the start of the race, didn't get to do much practice, so that's why you'll see him a little further back. Like we talked about, pace is important. Practice is important.
Oh, yeah.
You have a natural pace, but to get the most out of it, you have to practice. Even if you have that natural pace, like you might have a minimum of a 32.7 here, which is insane. But if you're not pushing yourself to run faster to these 35 or 32.4s that W can hit, then there's only so much you can do in an actual race. The Unknown's pushed a little bit further back up into 10th. He was sitting a little further back before now.
I think a lot of it's muscle memory as well. For me, if I run a track 30 or 40 laps, I start remembering exactly where to turn, exactly where to brake. It becomes muscle memory for me. But I'm one of those guys that needs to put in the laps. I cannot hit a track and do good. I have to put in laps.
And I think honestly you make a good point in that. That might be the difference. Since I actually struggle with muscle memory. I find it a lot better like natural mechanics of how to drive the car. So I think that's the difference between, which there's no right or wrong here, but someone like W, he's so elite because he's so great in both. But you'll have someone like, say myself, for example, who I have great natural mechanics, but I'm not great in consistency. So I might put a fast lap down without practicing, but it'll be a struggle to win the race like that, where there's other guys like you or Racer Chick is a good example of this as well. Someone who puts in a lot of time and sees the results of it.
Yep. Speaking of putting in time, what we were watching Unknown and Fast just past Soul Pun. Soul Pun has, I don't think he does it anymore. I think he's got other obligations. But Soul Pun used to be the epitome of practice. He went from bronze to silver to gold in literally no time flat. And he was on the track almost 24/7 running laps.
Oh, 100%. Soul Pun is a great example of effort putting in the results. But you see with someone with natural mechanics, like Unknown and Fast, you see him. You can see he started off rough here, but he's definitely caught his groove, you can tell, and that's why he's running so much faster now compared to what he might have done in the first 10 laps of the race.
Let's look at some lap times, AY. It looks like W still has the 32.357. I think he might be content with that.
Can I point out, like I just said, our second fastest lap here, well, we have 3 people in the 32.4s. That is Wired, D. Westberg, and Unknown and Fast.
Yep. You are correct.
As Unknown and Fast in the .4 club now, found his rhythm, chasing down Petrie.
Good old Petrie did very, very well at the Oval. He's still doing well here. He's in 8th, which is, right about middle of the pack. Not bad. I would die to be in the middle of the pack in this track, this lobby. Holy cow. It's just amazing though how we can watch 3 different levels and you get different, the bronze guys and the silver guys and the gold guys all run similar times. And there's a great disconnect from bronze to gold or silver to bronze. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody's running so similar. They've got the people grouped up so well that it makes it entertaining, you know.
And something so interesting that you'll see is that if you put, say, a silver or gold or silver or bronze driver in a silver or gold race ahead of where they're supposed to be, you'll see they compete, but not towards the top. Usually, you get your exceptions. I believe Texas is an example of that exception, week 1 of this season.
Yes.
But in the most parts, you'll see a lot of the times silver guys will complain, saying, "Man, I'm only running this, and a bronze guy ran that." Like, you'll see the fastest bronze times being faster than middle pack to high pack silver guys.
Yep.
But if you put a bronze guy in a silver lobby, it also kind of shows throughout the whole race the consistency of it is different too.
We just hit the last lap. W is on his last lap. He has had no problems with lap traffic. He has simply said, "See ya," and checked out. I want my points back. So, although he's gonna lose a few though from the previous race.
He's not gonna be able to chip too much back into it.
Right. W crosses the line for the win easily, very convincingly, and he took the fast lap with a 32.357, so he'll get an extra point back. Wired second, Captain Napkins third, D Westberg fourth, Black Sierra fifth, Treeless Bass sixth, and J Ray seventh. What a close finish between those three. Those three come across the line very close together.
Pushing each other to the end. Oh,
yeah. Well, we'll see if Wire W is going to join. The last time he did not join.
Mr. I think I can skip the post-race chat.
I'll add him again and see if he shows up. He has been invited. Yeah, that's he's going to need that fast lap 2 is going to help him get those points back from the oval. I was quite surprised he got fourth in the oval. I thought he would be up at the top. He joins us.
Are we supposed to?
That's okay, W. How you doing, bud?
Good.
You know,
congrats on the win.
Yeah.
Thank
you get some of your points back from the oval.
I know, they hurt me. I only lost a point tonight. Only one.
Well, you know, so that'll put you 3 points behind for the final week. You know,
2 road courses.
And I know you're pretty strong at the road courses. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But man, you ran that race from start to finish and just checked out immediately.
Oh, I wasn't. I know where the points sit. I needed to go. I needed to get out of that mess.
Didn't quite get down to that point 2, but still with the fast lap as well.
Something I'm curious about. Oh, sorry. You
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I say something I'm curious about is, was it ever in the back of your mind, the later the race got, the worries about a caution coming out?
No, I wasn't worried about it. I seen how that first restart and Wired was on my outside, so I wasn't worried about it at all.
Fair enough.
I actually wanted one because if the caution came out, Wired would have a chance to get, scuffled back. Like D West said.
That's fair.
That's actually you're evil. You're evil.
Anything to try to win this.
Hey man, I'm telling. Should be a good final week. Yeah, good final week.
Oh yeah. Well, take care, guys.
All right, W. Thank you. That was I think I can W winner of the second race at Vale Falls. AY, another good night of racing in gold.
Indeed. Just a great night. No cautions. I'll point that out, too. No cautions between either race.
Good point. No cautions. You know, I expected W to win at the Oval or do very well. I was quite shocked he got fourth, but man, he's totally redeemed himself at Vale Falls. So I have no closing thoughts other than that. Do you?
Just don't doubt W.
Don't doubt W. He's one of the best for a reason. Well, I think that's going to do it in gold for AYDY. I am Bub Skag. And be sure to tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat place for the final week, which should be the championship week. Am I right, AY? It's championship week next week?
That is correct, I believe.
All right. Tune in to watch AY race for some points. I probably won't race next week to get out of those guys' way, but tune in next week, guys. It'll be fun. For AY, I am Bub Skag, and we are out.